Well, sometimes I say you very often say you can't make these things up. But when you're dealing with conspiracy theorists, particularly David Icke, that is the case. And I want to give a link to the article that I'm talking about. And it's called The Beautiful Isle of Wight, Shame About the Cesspool. Now, what is David Icke talking about? Well, he claims in his article that the Isle of Wight is simply the biggest hiding ground of Satanists, paedophiles, and any nefarious group you can think of. They are in the Isle of Wight because, you know, you go to the Isle of Wight because, you know, there are thousands of Satanists. But the best thing about this article is the amount of stuff he says with no proof. One of the things he says about is he claims that he's talked to people who apparently they have women who are captives who basically are then used to breed children for sacrificing. Okay then, who said this? If they've said this, why haven't you got proof of this? And, you know, heck, filmed one of these ceremonies where they sacrifice the children, you know, for the, you know, the blood sacrifices. But it's just, it is the most hilarious thing I have read for some time. And the shocking thing is that David Icke is taken seriously by many people. And how can you take him seriously when he says stuff like this? I mean, one of the things he says in the article is that, oh, child protective services, you know, are taking children away from their homes. Well, of course they are, because they're being abused. And this is, again, this is another feed into another conspiracy about how evil child, you know, services and social services are. How dare they, you know, take away the children when, you know, yes, there are examples of when, you know, children end up coming out bad, but I can point to equally thousands more examples of where children have been, you know, taken out of situations where they were being abused by, you know, the social services and, they were being abused by their parents or in, you know, dire situations, things like that, and they were saved by, you know, the social services and things like that. So, again, Icke uses this, points to, again, no information. It doesn't point to, he just says, well, this happened. Have you got any evidence that it happened? Nope. People take him seriously. And not only that, this is the other best thing. Apparently, the Isle of Wight is apparently the gateway for how drugs enter the UK. Does he have any proof? Nope. Not a thing. And this is the best thing, is he says about how the Isle of Wight is run by, you know, the Island Mafia, this nefarious organisation of Freemasons, who are apparently Satanists, Zionists, any group you can care to think of. Again, they are there in the Isle of Wight. And he talks about how he was a member of the Green Party and how they finally got a member of the Green Party in, you know, into the, you know, council in the Isle of Wight. Now, for those of you that don't know, David Icke was at one point the leader of the Green Party. But then, of course, he starts spewing his rhetoric, and quite frankly, the Green Party didn't want anything to do with him, so they gave him the boot. And trust me, that's what they did. David Icke can say, oh, you know, I forgot to renew my membership, which is the excuse he uses. You know, you're the leader of the party, and oh yeah, I forgot to renew my membership. How do people take this guy seriously? And it's, people that say, nah, people don't take this guy seriously. Yes, they do. And that's the frightening thing. And this is what I don't understand. How can you take this guy seriously when he says this type of thing? It's absolutely mind-boggling.